Hi guys, it's Linnea from sparklycreations.blogspot.com. Today I'm going to be creating a Christmas card using this Mama Elephant stamp set called Believe in Magic. And I'm going to be using papers from the Recollections, the Ballet paper pad. I got this at the end of last Christmas, so almost a year ago. So I don't know if you can get it anymore, but the papers in there are really cute. So I thought I would make a card with them. Alright, so I have a piece of white cardstock, and it's cut to, I have to think, 11 by 5.5. And I'm going to cut it at, score it at 4 1/4 to make a standard A2 size card. And then I'm going to just flip it over, and I'm going to fold it. And I always stick the corner of my paper into my scoreboard. That way I know I'm going to get a straight fold and none of my edges are going to end up being like wonkies. Alright, so that is that. We'll set that to the side for now. I'm going to be stamping on this pink piece of paper. It has like a cream colored damask pattern on the back. So I'm going to start off by stamping the globe part. And the trick to this is to just let your stamp sit there because it'll automatically go back to its original size and shape rather than it being like all weirdo. So if you just kind of drop it down and then pick it up, you'll be fine. I'm going to use my Ink and Ink and Do magic powder bag. That way the static electricity will be gone from my paper and I'll be able to do some embossing. So I'm going to use my embossing ink pad. And please excuse the nature of my craft table right now. I was kind of in the zone of crafting and I didn't clean up before I started this video. Alright, so that's all stamped down. I am using a new stamp cleaner. It's from Recollections. It's just the Michaels brand, but I like it because it has the dauber top, so I can just really easily apply the cleaner and then wipe it off with a paper towel. So I really do like that. I'm going to be using Zing Opaque White Embossing Powder. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on, and I'll tap off the excess. And then I'm going to use my, well, first I'll try to get a bunch of that off. That looks good. There's a few stray particles that I'm just going to kind of wipe away with a dry paintbrush. And then I'm going to emboss that. Alright, so now that that's all embossed, I'm going to stamp this Christmas tree. And I'm just going to use my magic powder bag and apply some more of that there. And then I'll ink that up and I'll stamp and emboss that in white as well. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more of that embossing magic powder bag, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp a few of these, it's like a random snowflake pattern. And I'm just going to stamp a couple times around the tree. I'm actually going to put some embossing powder on there because I can't really see where I've already stamped, and I don't want to mess it up by overlapping the stamps. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you guys how I fix this up because I got some powder. The stamp is like, there's a whole bunch of snowflakes and stars and everything in the stamp, so obviously I got some outside of the lines. So all I'm using is just a dry paintbrush, and I'm just going to go over the areas that I don't want that embossing powder to stick to. Okay, so I have all of that embossed, and now I'm going to go ahead and emboss the base of the snow globe. And I think that I will use, which one? I think I'll use the snowflake one. That'll kind of tie everything together in the snowflake feel of things. Okay, so I have that cut out, and originally I had tried to leave a small border around, but I don't know, I'm just no good at cutting borders, so I went back and I trimmed right up against the edge of those stamped images, and now I think I'm going to start building the base of the card. So I think I kind of want it to go something like this. I'm going to have the striped border, and then this in the middle, and then another strip on the other side. So I'm just going to start cutting some strips of this off. I'm going to use my Scotch ATG runner, and I'll add these strips down to the base of my card. And then this paper has some kind of scripty font on it, so I'm going to make sure that I have that orientated I can't talk today. Can you tell it's late? I'm going to make sure it's right side up. All right, and I think that's correct. Yes. I'm going to be using sentiments here. Have yourself a merry little and Christmas. Okay, so I'm back and I have my sentiment all embossed and everything, and instead of using this piece across the middle, I have a thin strip of this pink paper that matches the background of the globe, and I think I'm going to use that instead. Okay, so now that I have that all trimmed, I'm just going to use my Scotch ATG runner and I'm going to adhere them down onto the card. And then I think I'm going to add that there. And I think, do I want to pop that up or no? Yeah, I love dimensions, so we might as well add some pop dots to the back of this. Okay, so I popped up the snow globe here, and then I added a few scatterings of sequins, and I used the Doodlebug sequins. They come in like 12 different colors. Here they all are, and each different color has like 3 or 4 different shades of each color, so it really is a good value. I love those sequins. Those are the ones I always use on my cards. But that is it for the card for today. It really is a simple card. It shouldn't have taken as long as it did. I'm just a mess today, I guess. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And I'll have another video up really soon. If you liked this, please comment on my blog, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you again, guys. Bye.